brand new study tracking more than 47,000 women over 3 decades. That's a big study. Suggests coffee may help lead to a longer, healthier life. I would say a happier life, too. Found that women who drink 1 to 3 cups a day in middle age were more likely to experience, quote, healthy aging. This is a huge study, big deal.
Yeah, I think it's significant for a couple of reasons. And one is that really it's just the largest and longest study of its type. I mean, for years now, we've been hearing good news about moderate coffee consumption.
There's long-term benefits, including reaching 70 years or older without 11 major chronic diseases and having good physical, cognitive, and mental health.
So the average coffee run looks harmless. But what if I told you your favorite drink is sabotaging your focus within the first 30 minutes? Some so-called coffee classics are sugar grenades, exploding your energy, leaving nothing but a crash.
But this study really nails it home. And I think what's interesting, you mentioned they followed 47,000 women. Only about 3,700 of them achieved that healthy aging goal. And people ask, well, why coffee, right? Is it the caffeine or is it the coffee? Coffee has over 100 different what we call bioactive compounds. The majority are antioxidants. So there's definitely chemical compounds in coffee that are probably the major explanation. But they were the ones who were found to be the ones that consumed between the ages of 45 and 60, those 1 to 3 cups of coffee a day.
And yet 2 options stand out as reliable allies: simple, balanced, and performance first. The question is, are you drinking fuel for alertness or liquid candy disguised as coffee? Stick around, because we're separating hype from strategy and exposing the worst offenders hiding behind whipped cream and syrup. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video.
And one thing that probably is not a surprise to most people, soda, that was a no-no. That was associated with a 20 to 26% lower likelihood of achieving healthy aging for this potential benefit.
What, if anything, did the study reveal about the effects of other caffeinated drinks?
Well, and so that's the thing, right? So it really highlighted the benefit of coffee. Consumption of tea didn't have this benefit. Consumption of decaffeinated coffee didn't have this benefit.
So if you're not a coffee drinker, is this a reason to start drinking coffee?
So that's kind of the nuance here, because what the study showed is that there's a correlation between the coffee drinking and healthy aging.
The shiny cup in your hand feels like gear for the mission. Strong lid, bright logo, steady grip. But inside, it's loaded wrong. Under pressure, that drink is not your ally. It's a liability. These shop favorites are framed as comfort, warm colors, seasonal releases, names that sound friendly. But peel away the packaging, and the truth is closer to sabotage. You walk in expecting a weapon of focus. What goes into your body is more like a timed charge, set to detonate right when you need clarity most.
And, we say coffee's not the only explanation for this.
Sure.
What is it in combination with? Regular exercise, nutritious diet, no smoking. And they did actually, account for a lot of those other variables that could have contributed, and they were not found to be significant. What it didn't look at is whether you started drinking coffee in your midlife, if that would have a benefit, right? This was people who were already drinking coffee. But again, I would say most of us at this point would say that moderate consumption of coffee is absolutely compatible with a healthy lifestyle. And just so our viewers understand what that actually means.
Take the iced caramel macchiato. It's advertised as espresso forward, crafted with skill. What actually lands in your hand is syrup heavy, ice filled, more sugar water than tactical brew. The espresso drowns. The strike you hope for turns into slush. Then comes the pumpkin spice latte, the seasonal banner every fall carries. It feels like tradition, even morale building. But under the whipped cream sits a minefield, spoons of sugar stacked into a hidden payload. You ride a short burst, then slam into a crash right when your focus window matters most.
The upper limit of how much coffee we are to consume is around 400 milligrams. So on average, these women were drinking about 1 to 3 cups a day. But you have to do your own. You have to look at your K-cup and look how many milligrams.
Some coffee's stronger than others.
Correct.
Exactly.
So this looked at 47,000 women. What about men? Did we find anything?
So I'm sorry that this study did not look into the benefits in men, Craig.
Okay.
It did come, this data was generated from the Nurses' Health Study, which has given us loads of data over the last number of decades.
And you seem happier.
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I stopped for a while and got back on.
But it is kind of like a Goldilocks amount. Like too little has also been associated with not good outcomes, and
Okay.
too much can be associated with not
find
good
a sweet
outcomes.
spot.
So it's that sweet spot.
The Frappuccino, not armor, not even cover. It is weak fuel, calories packed without endurance, and coffee so diluted it can't do its primary job. What reaches your system is softness, not strength. Mocha drinks carry the same flaw. Chocolate hijacks the balance, burying espresso under sweetness. Add in white chocolate mochas or the vanilla cream cold brew, and the pattern is clear. Indulgence first, performance last. Sweet on the tongue, soft on the brain. This arsenal of sugar bombs drains your wallet and leaves you fatigued, stripped of edge when you thought you were gaining it. They take the strength of coffee, then smother it under gimmick and syrup. But then two allies remain. Two simple drinks that hold their ground without theatrics, built for steady focus instead of distraction. In the middle of a field stacked with gimmicks, two units remain untouched. They've held formation for decades. No syrups, no swirling colors, just clarity, stripped down to what works. These drinks respect the original blueprint. Simple, balanced. They don't chase trends or yield to sugar-loaded marketing. Their role is direct. Keep you sharp, keep you steady. The question is, when everything else is coated in whipped cream and caramel, can the old design still carry the edge? The answer is yes. And here's why. First, the cappuccino. 3 parts, surgically aligned. Espresso, steamed milk, foam. No trick, no overload. You get strength with balance, heat with control. Nothing in that cup is wasted. The milk smooths the bite, foam shields the temperature, and the espresso cuts through with focus. It's the sidearm you trust, always holstered, ready when needed. Think of it as a clean rifle. Unmodified, reliable, stripped of vanity parts. Precision is its advantage, not excess. Then there's the cold brew black. At first glance, it looks ordinary, but the build matters. Long steeping pulls strength without the jagged acidity. The result is smoother, stronger, stripped of noise. This is endurance fuel, built for long hours at the desk or long miles on the road. No sugar payload hidden inside. No froth masking weakness. Just pure output. Steady, sustained. High performers know the discipline. Soldiers in the field, athletes in training, analysts under pressure, all demand clarity without spikes or collapse. These drinks don't hand you a rush. They hand you control. That is the real advantage, the steady line when everything else wavers. So here it is. 2 allies tested and ready. They don't blur your system, they sharpen it. The only question left, are you choosing caffeine that strengthens your mission or candy that betrays it? Coffee should work like gear. Not flashy, not fragile. Reliable, balanced, and built for performance under pressure. The wrong drink distracts, but the right one sharpens your system and keeps you steady when clarity counts most. So here's the call. Comment your choice below. Do you trust the classic cappuccino with its precise balance? Or the uncompromising cold brew, black built for endurance? Your fuel decides your edge. And if you want a community built on clarity, strategy, and readiness, subscribe. Join forces with people who choose discipline over distraction, both on the battlefield and in daily life.